Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we're going to be heading back to Explorer. We're going to be playing a deck that I have played a lot, and that is Jeskai Creativity. So, you guys have seen this deck before. Not much has changed since last time. It still does what it does, but it's been performing again. So we're going to jump in and see what happens. Well, we're definitely mulliganing that, so we can get to this hand, put back a Transmogrify, and see what happens. Golgari, potentially like a Rainbow Party. No, this is just straight up Golgari-Midrange. So, we're just going to pass here. I'm going to put a wedding announcement back, because I feel like this is a situation where Fable is just going to be better. That said, like, they could just have Fatal Push here, and yeah, okay. Discard this Ragan Triome. I think that's it. Yeah, I think we're just going to keep the Sacred Foundry. Okay. We'll decline that, throw this in. Pop out a token. Maybe should have kept the... Maybe should have shocked this in to keep up the march. But the only thing we could really reasonably march is our own token. I really don't care about that thing. We're not going to block that. Well, that was a big mistake on their part. I will take that. Big old Hydra. So Reflections would be nice to keep, but they're probably just, yeah, they're just going to kill it here. Okay. You know, that's to be expected. Unfortunately for them, we do have another Transmog, so we're just going to go get another Hydra, another agent. And, go get this. Yeah. And that's just sort of how things go. So against a Golgari-Midrange deck, there's really not much we can do. The only thing we could do is maybe bring in Leyline of Sanctities, but they didn't seem focused on forcing us to discard. They might bring in discard on game 2, but it's not a significant enough part of their strategy that I want to bring in Leylines. Like, this is not a deck that's going to be sideboarding in, you know, Thoughtseizes and Go Blanks and Invoke Despairs, most likely. If we see that stuff in game 2, then, you know, we'll definitely adjust our assessment. But we saw Pelucranos, could mean a good could be a good reason to bring in Rest in Peace, but I think we may just run it back. Most of the main deck seems fine. The only thing that seems like a little dubious is maybe March. But March does hit the manlands. And should be able to like take out Cheville and the tokens from Ranger class and stuff. Also exiling for like Pelucranos is pretty good. This is pretty reasonable, provided they don't have like Thoughtseize. Oh no, look. Look at what they brought. Of course they did, you know. I'll take the Thoughtseize bug. That's a joke, by the way. There is no Thoughtseize bug, right? Your deck is actually random. You're gonna shock this in and pass. If they play a creature, we can transmog. But what we're gonna do here is this into this and attack them. I should have done it. I shouldn't have ordered it like that. That was a mistake. A sequencing mistake, but it didn't wind up mattering, but it could have mattered. I think we kind of have to Fire Prophecy here, and we're sort of priced into it because we don't have our land drop for the turn. I think we're putting back third wedding announcement. Oh my god, and we didn't even get there. So we can March X0 attack for 2. This is maybe a little wasteful of the March. I'm gonna do it though, because we need to draw. Missing the land drop there is really, really bad for us. Ah, they do have Invoke. Okay, so I should have brought in Leylines. But, you know. That was a very early scoop from them. Just very early. But it is tough. It's really tough when you are struggling on a draw, like it looked like they were. You know, it really didn't feel like we outplayed them all that much in that game. It very much felt like they had a pretty bad draw against us and just couldn't put anything together. Potentially like a flood draw or something like that. And we were able to dismantle that Essica's Chariot pretty well. So this is actually a keepable hand. It looks ridiculous, but it's keepable. You know, I say it looks ridiculous because it's these Ragran Triumphs always, to me, do not look like they should be able to make red mana or count as a mountain. I don't know. Oh, a mono red, cool. And now they know what we're doing, so that's great. Let's just preempt this. And when I say preempt this, we're going to put that back. Oh no. Flood against mono red. Wonderful. That's actually really good. Again, I'm gonna do this now, just because. Oh boy, okay. And then next turn we have to play the castle. Chain Hurler. So they're probably running Annex and things like that. This is really strange from them. But it's likely they're anticipating, like, I guess they're playing around a surprise, like, creativity. We're gonna just take this damage. Oh no, we're not. We are not doing that.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
This is dangerous. I think we're gonna cash in the Emperor here. I think we're gonna do a tick down.
Years of training.
And a Fable. Actually, yeah, we just have to tick down and Fable because the Embercleave on the Firebrand will do enough damage to... Sure. That doesn't stop me from doing creativity, stealing your Embercleave. Right? We're gonna decline this. We are gonna throw this down. I'm gonna do this. Creativity X1 on this. We can't hit those tokens because the Firebrand will just eat them. Thanks for the cleave. We're gonna go for 2 here. We're gonna hit our agent. Are we gonna do that? We're gonna go for 1. We're just gonna hit this. Stealing their lands isn't really gonna do anything for us. Like, it'll ramp us, but that's about it. Mono red. This is not a mono red deck that is heavy on burn. They're very creature focused. We can bring in a Braid because a Braid will deal with the cleave. They are respecting the shock breakpoint though by running X3s. So Prismari Command I do not think will be very good. And they're very heavy on creatures, so that's about all we can do there. Trim a Transmog and hope that that's good enough. Again, we see a very small sample of what their deck has, but in general, like, we can assess that this is like their primary, this is their game plan, and make decisions based on extrapolating from that, but you never really know. most of the time, people run 4 copies of all the cards that they run, but that doesn't mean they have to. They could run, you know, one copy of everything in mono red and just be fine. Like, it's totally possible. This card is such a piece of garbage. Oh, cool. I mean, that's not the best for us, but it is. Just wedding announcement here. We also have a pretty bad draw here. Just that one Fire Prophecy, so we're probably going to lose. Etchings. We die here. I think this is 100% lethal. I mean, if they have... So if they have... the cleave. They don't have the cleave, okay. BTE. You, sir, are a nut job. Yeah, what if exactly that happens? If I transmog, steal the Chain Whirler, I get a 4/4 Chain Whirler. They can play Wandering Emperor. But I would steal the Chain Whirler because the Chain Whirler is untapped, so we can use that to block. And we get a 2/2 here. This doesn't look like the worst, but it doesn't look good either. None of our stuff is tapped, so we block here, we block here. We're basically blocking so that Wandering Emperor doesn't get any value. Well, actually, no, No, because they can't pay for the Embreth and cast Wandering Emperor, so this is fine. Right? This will eat their Robber and their Etchings. Take 2, go to 2. We are not dead to anything that we own. Oh, we're dead to the Ramanap Runes, so yeah. I wanna say we should keep this, but that's insane, right? Steam Vents tapped on 1, Plains untapped on 2, Fire Prophecy, put away an agent. We've still got an agent in hand, so we're essentially running a 6-card hand with a Fire Prophecy in. Okay, this is this is much better. Much better. Kamana faces the nope. Oh, it's a BTE draw. Not a good BTE draw, but a BTE draw, so that's something. Put this in tapped. We're actually not going to abrade this BTE. We're going to fire up the Raise the Alarm. Hopefully use it as a damage prevention source here. Do we just save? No. I'm going to take the 2. Throw out the Raise the Alarm. They do have... that. Smack them and pass. Multiple firebrands. They played that well, holding the firebrands for potential 1-drop creatures. Hopefully we don't die here, but entirely possible that we do. And even if we don't, we might not get the attack in with this thing. Carry Zev, that's fine. Pitch the Emperor, right? Bang. Thankfully, Romanep Ruins is not red. Basically, any creature in their deck is probably likely to be less impactful than Torbran. So we're going to do this. Oh, I'll take an Ember Cleave. And a land. And another land. I mean, if we live, then this is great, but it's not likely, right? Discard 8 cards. Castle Arden Valeriano. Big score. Fable, Mountain, Roger Triumph, Castle, Plains. Oh, that's more than we needed to. Or should I discard this creativity? Whoo! Spicy! Man, that was... Maybe we should have left them with Torbrand. Maybe. Just because it doesn't do anything else. Whereas like Karizev or Ferocidon would have been... Like Ferocidon would have been really bad. Bone Crusher would have been fine. Because we could just steal it. Firebrand would have been bad. Yeah, it was maybe wrong to do the Torbrand as well. Because we were going to get... Yeah, it was definitely wrong. Because they could have hit Ferocidon. But them hitting Embercleave was great. Whew. Oh man, I don't know how I'm going to follow that one up. Probably with a disappointing game. Or match. Hey, that was exciting at least. You know? Edge of your seat. Till the very last minute. I don't think Mono Red is... Well. But it's exciting because... You don't know what's going to happen. Not because... the lines are, you know, very tight. Like, there's a difference between it being exciting because I want to just draw, but opponent is going to make this difficult and make me kill their elf. Because elves must die. It's Stompy. Good. Good Stompy. Okay. Given Stompy... We don't have a second white source. This is real annoying. Ha!
Let us begin. My allies are counting on me.
You know, Mono Green gets to run whatever the heck it wants.
You will not threaten this world.
Okay. There's absolutely nothing they could do about this right now. Correct? An instant speed fight spell? Thank you for that card. Thank you for that. They could have a. They're gonna have a YOLOs because they have Cascading Cataracts. We could steal the Lovestruck Beast, but we have plenty of blockers. We've already cut their mana a bit. They can't activate the Citadel or the Great Henge. I have to pick, dude. It's actually a decision there. Okay? Opponent tilted because... but again, we really don't have anything for this deck. Like, Prismartic Command could be okay. Braid could be fine. Might be good to bring in a Braid for March. They're trying to accelerate mana ahead of us, so March is not as good as it could be. Yeah. A Braid has some potential upside against, like, Great Henge, but if they resolve a Great Henge, they're usually playing a creature on that turn, which means they're getting their value out. This is not a keepable hand. Alright, cool. We don't win this game. Let's put back Emperor March. Cool, bro. Because your strategy is that awesome.
I will defend my ally. I am not frightened by you.
There's a reason there's a chess clock, sir. You've used a grand total of that doesn't work. Now we have to stay to make this person realize that Grafdigger's Cage does not work against Indomitable Creativity. Nope, not playing against Nissa.
I will protect the virtue of this world.
Yeah. For those of you who are not aware, Grafdigger's Cage does not work against Indomitable Creativity. It stops Transmogrify, but it does not work against Indomitable Creativity. For a number of reasons, not the least of which is Indomitable Creativity does not put cards from your library onto the battlefield. Oh my god. But we're not supposed to win this game, so, or this match, because Arena's shuffler has decided you're not meant to win. And our opponent is seeing that as an aggressive mulligan for something, which that's not what it is. It's just I drew 2 1-landers into a no-lander, right?
Evil must not be tolerated. I will not lose another friend.
Okay, what do they get here? Cage? Cool. Let's discard a creativity. No, let's discard nothing. Let's discard nothing because we're gonna go face. Oh, we don't have red. Shoot. We don't have a third red source. So I definitely should have discarded there.
My grief fuels my mission.
I mean, they're playing poorly as well, so we can do this. We can do this x2. Do we want to go x2 or x1? Let's do it x1. Cage does not work. They're like, I've won this game. No, sir. No, you have not. So... Oh, cool. Something to steal. Nah, brother. That's fine. Play this. X2 this. I'll take that, and I'll take that. We should have never won that, but our opponent doesn't understand what we're doing, which is like that's okay. Like sometimes you're not going to understand what your opponent's doing, but the salt, like Cage doesn't work against creativity. First off, if I wanted to, I could just target it. So even if it did work, even if it stopped creativity from working, I could still just target it with creativity as well as whatever I wanted to do. Now, yes, I'm giving you a creature, but who cares? But on top of that, it just actually doesn't stop creativity. Destroy X target artifacts and or creatures. For each permanent destroyed this way, its controller reveals cards from the top of their library until an artifact or creature card is revealed and exiles that card. Those players put the exiled cards onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Exiles that card. The creature leaves my library, goes to exile first, and then comes into the battlefield. So it does not work. Remember that, people. It does not stop creativity. The only card I can think of that actually stops creativity is Containment Priest. I mean, it counterspells. Every single counterspell stops creativity. But if you're trying to react to it or prevent it from happening, the only thing you can do is Containment Priest. But yeah, think that's it for the games for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope to see you next time. So.